Aren't you quickie weaky? Okay. What? Oh! No one wants to see that.
Someone's trying to show off.
Honey, I don't have to try to show off. I could just show off.
Welcome to home.
Right? Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Hello, everyone.
All right. I'm getting back onto the Facebook.
YouTube. Hi, Avatar. Hi, Lee. Maybe they missed the very beginning.
Maybe, but they can always rewind. It's okay. What?
You didn't have to remind them of that.
It's best if you can rewind.
Just stop. So, you know
Oh
what?
my God.
You know what I did for the first time? I've been meaning to do it for a while. Is I brushed my teeth with ivermectin. Yeah, because I was reading. Who is that lady? I used to listen to her show.
Sam Muggsy?
Yeah. Sorry, that lady, Sam. She said if you have tartar buildup, then you've got an infection going on in your gums, and recommends to brush with ivermectin. So I'm giving it a try and see if that will work, because I got tartar buildup.
Well, if you think about it, it's just another form of
Parasites. You know, tartar is that really hard stuff. That's like a parasite type of.
What is the stuff that they hide in?
Oh, that it's called that, you know. Biofilm.
Biofilm.
Yeah.
And it's produced by
Parasites.
Tartar is like a biofilm. Anything that is unnatural to the body is basically a biofilm.
Oh, but that's normal, according to doctors. So, I wanted to tell them about something, and now I'm going to have to try to remember what that was. Did I make a note? Thought I did. Maybe I didn't. Because I can't remember at the moment.
Hi, Michael.
But
hi, Ray. Hi, Diane.
I came across a post, and a woman had gone into the doctors and was diagnosed with a cyst on her liver, right? And the doctor says, "Oh, that's normal. Don't worry about it." Well, all these people are like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
And
No.
I was diagnosed with a cyst on my whatever, and there was comments, many comments about people being diagnosed with cysts on their organs. And one person, I really like this comment: if you're not born with it, it's not normal. And you could hear that's how they were saying it to the doctors, right? And that brings to mind something else that was not in the same thread or at the same time. It was a different time. And they said, oh wait, oh my God. Now I forgot it. I was just getting ready to say it, and just boom, gone. I'll see if it comes back.
But yes, Michael, I did hear that Louis Herms, he's going to be running for governor of California.
Ooh,
I saw it on TikTok today.
good for Louis. Yeah, man.
We need somebody that's finally going to stand up to these.
And a
mofos.
friend. And a friend. Ooh. But you know, remember Debbie
Debbie.
from the East Coast? Debbie.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She is intern governor or something like that of either, it's one of the eastern states.
Florida?
Or the other one that she has a house in, which I can't remember.
Somewhere over there.
You know what? I need some lion's mane. I will be right back.
there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Can
Oh,
you get me a lion's mane too, please?
Yeah, do you want one or two?
2 is fine.
Is 3 more than fine? Is 3 good?
2 is fine. I've been seeing a lot of information. I'm still trying to get my, what do you call that? My algorithm back on TikTok, and that's taken a little bit, but I am hearing that Marjorie Taylor Greene has flipped. She voted for the bill, the big beautiful bill, and now she's flipped upon that. Have you guys heard about that? It's about something with not knowing or not reading about AI taking over the financial system or something like that. And then there was, what's her name? Candace Owens. She also flipped, and this was a while ago that we saw that. But what I'm thinking with Candace Owens is that her child was threatened, her child's life. So that's probably why, because I haven't seen any other information of her going against Trump after that. Thank
Do you need any magnesium?
No, I already took my other medicine.
So, I want to show you, you know how, what a pain in the butt it is to open up 50 bottles a day? So I picked up one of these and had ordered a mini labeler, which you can see labels it. I know you can't read it, but I can. And we put all the main stuff that we use in these things, and it's good for travel, and so you're not bringing 50 bottles, just bringing this.
Just this.
Just this.
This.
And I have another one that's got our anti-parasitics and all that kind of stuff, but, you know, it does make life easier, guys. A whole lot easier. Okay.
What other information are we going to be talking about? Because I just talked about Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I would like your guys' information on what you guys heard about that.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
MTG.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that downstairs, but I don't remember what was said about it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Did something?
Remember her?
No?
No?
Maybe. I don't know. So I noticed that my nails were starting to break and peel. So guess what? This is, what is this? Spirulina. Yeah. Taking some spirulina.
No, it's not a tackle box. It's kind of like a toolbox, like a screw holder.
Yeah.
Screw nut washer tool holder boxy thingy.
Or could be for beads. You know, little tacks, the office things, tacks and paper clips and whatnot. Staples. I just happen to like the idea of using it for pills. Oh, are you trying to find it? On Amazon. Let me look at my notes, guys. I must have eaten something that has interfered with my signal.
Oh, you want to talk about the signal?
Yeah, and that requires going over blood types and diet, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So also, if you guys are interested, later on, let me know. I could go over the Architect's Brew, which is a Codex Brain Fuel Elixir. Okay. Let's see, blood type.
It's called the Mixed Power 16.5-inch portable storage organizer.
Yeah, storage. That's an all-encompassing word. That's good. Okay, so this blood type thing I'm going to go over is blood type field nutrition breakdown. We're layers of things, as you guys know, and our field, Diane, you and I have talked about this a lot. Our field is so important. And the field is in and out and around us. So here is the nutrition breakdown for blood type field. Codex Nutrition Protocol. As I examined mine, it was spot on. So if you're an O type, you're the ancestral activator. Best with high protein, grass-fed meats, fish, kelp, leafy greens. Avoid wheat, corn, dairy, which are inflammatory blocks. Fascia resonance. Oh, so you didn't know that the fascia was so super important for us. Our fascia is an antenna. It picks up things and tells us stuff and guides us. It is amazing. And when the fascia, hi Boots, goes, when it gets sick, when it goes tight, when it is off kilter, then our antenna is off kilter. All right, so signal field, primal, metabolic, ignition, movement equals necessary. Your digestion requires fire. That's O. A is the agrarian tuner. Best with vegetables, grains, quinoa, rice, fish, fermented foods. Avoid red meat, dairy, processed oils. Signal field is calm, parasympathetic, harmony. You process stress via the gut. Breath work and stillness equals healing. Now, if you're blood type B, the normatic alchemist. Best with eggs, lamb, green veggies, wild berries, clean, and dairy. By the way, this is compliments of someone by the name of B. That's all I know him by is B. Wild berries, clean dairy. Avoid chicken, corn, peanuts, sesame. Signal field, adaptive transformer balance is critical. Too much push equals nervous tension. Rhythm is your regulator. Ooh. Okay, now if you're AB, the hybrid decoder. Best with tofu, seafood, greens, berries, occasional lamb. Avoid corn, beef, and caffeine. Signal field is intuitive integration, sensitive to overload. Spiritual plus digestive pathways are linked. Fasting equals clarity. So just a reminder, this isn't superstition. Each blood type has a specific lectin reactions. Neurochemical pathways. Oh, excuse me. My gosh. Look at all those pills. Neurochemical pathways and fascia fluid, memory response to food. Now that's really key because B keeps bringing this up. Memory is super, super important. We, like he said, we don't learn things, we remember them. So when you get what we call, or what we've been told is a download, actually you are remembering, which means that you have gone another stage into higher dimensional. What's fascia? Okay, so think about chicken. When you peel the skin off, you know that translucent clear stuff that you pull, and it's like I was going to say webbing, but that's not quite right. It's like if it's strong, and but you do have to use some strength to get it pulled off, and it's slimy. That's the fascia. We have fascia underneath our skin all over our body.
You have to remember, Diane, that this is also catering to those that are just awakening. Which means that this is, if you don't feel aligned with it, it's because you have, what do you call that? Ascended above this type of information for you. I would agree with, what do you call that? The fields that he talks about.
Mm-hmm.
But the foods, to me, I don't feel is aligned at the moment. With, since I'm a blood O.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, so I have to remember you are an RH, which
Mm-hmm.
is a god's blood.
So he goes over RH in the information below. Let's see. Okay, so someone asked a question. I'm type O, and it's why I always feel melancholy after wheat and especially dairy, which I freaking love. And B responded with, that's not a coincidence, it's resonance mismatch. For type O, wheat and dairy don't just upset digestion, they destabilize emotional signaling because they interfere with ancestral signal clarity. You're not melancholy, you're misaligned, but the body remembers the right signal every time. Welcome to Codex Nutrition. Let's see what else. So, someone made a comment. The gut isn't just physical, it's harmonic receptor. Food isn't just fuel, it's signal. When the signal is off, the gut speaks first. Your body already knew. I just confirmed it. So B says exactly this. Your body always knew your field, just needed the map. Now you've got both. Goat and sheep equals ancestral enzymatic sink. Turkey equals clean voltage protein. And lamb equals lectin low signal match. I want you guys to pay attention to the words he's using. It's often the words similar to what Kidd uses when the stars speak through him. But it's for me, it's important. Signal match, voltage protein, ancestral enzymatic sink, or low signal match. That puts my perspective in a totally different way about thinking about my body.
Mm-hmm.
In that everything is supposed to be a working mechanism working together. So there is no, what are those called? The gears that go together like this? The gears.
Mm-hmm. What about them?
What are those called? Besides gears. I remember it on the Jetsons. It's not coming to me. But there is no gear or no part of your body that is not supposed to be tuned. That's how it hit me. every aspect of my body is not just what we were fed from all these doctors and the pyramid eating
Cogs.
cogs. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, cogs and wheels. So there is no insignificant cog. Everything works together. Everything works together for your signal to be clear. And so, Diane, if this doesn't resonate with you, you already remembered what does. And that puts you into clarity. That puts your signal into high alert. When you veer off that course, your signal becomes muddied. That's important for me to remember. Because it's not just, oh, I'm foggy brain. Oh, I don't feel good. No, we're recognizing when our signal is clear and when it's not. That's powerful for me. That has put me in a state of power.
Everybody has to remember everybody is different. So when somebody is reading information, you have to take the information with a grain of salt. It's just whatever resonates with you, whatever doesn't. You find the way that works for you. Kind of like me. I can't eat when I work. When I work and I eat, I get into confrontations with customers. And I noticed that. The first day when I ate, it
distorts your signal.
Distorted my signal. And I had a few confrontations with a couple customers. Even though they left happy, it still was very uncomfortable to deal with. And the second time that I ate, it happened again. So I decided I'm not going to eat anymore. Because when I eat, no matter even if what B says doesn't disrupt my signal, it disrupts my signal anyways because it's just food. And it just slows me down and it makes me feel a certain way that I don't like feeling when I am working. Which is why I don't like to eat before I do something.
So, what is it that Diane is always telling us? It would be a good time to say it now. We're not doctors or professionals.
Yeah, we are not doctors. We're not lawyers. We're not financial advisors. We're not any type of professionals here to give any advice. We are, what do you call that? We are here for entertainment purposes only.
And part of that is to share our experiences and what's important to us, because what's important to us may help align you to your importance.
Well, I eat when I get home after work. I do not eat when I am working. But I just had, what do you call that? I just tried a Chinese place that was right by my work. Oh my God, it was so good. I haven't eaten Chinese food like that in a very long time. But I'm doing my best to stay away from wheats, flours, and sugars as much as possible.
So
we're professional entertainers.
Right? So B says this, that you don't adapt to food, the right food aligns to you. And then that's super important. That's what Kidd was just saying. So now, if someone made a comment, the rhesus factor changes this drastically. I've never been as unhealthy and sick as I was on this diet. And B says exactly. The rhesus factor, which is Rh negative, shifts field polarity, especially in O negative, where resonance reacts more like a hybrid class closer to mirror signal physiology than baseline O positive. So I'm Rh negative. And this shifts what I read about the O blood type completely. That didn't align with me. And so he goes on. OmniLens flags this every time. It's not just blood type, it's field lineage. Diane, you and I've talked about that. Field lineage. Codex nutrition has to match rhesus imprint, fascia coating, and mineral memory. Otherwise, the ancestral diet backfires. And that's what you're finding Diane, what I was finding as well. So let's tune it right. You're not broken, you're rare. So the diet for Rhesus or Rh negative, O negative blood, the field is more reactive to mirror signals than metabolic trends, so Codex Nutrition adapts. Best foods, clean field match, wild caught fish, especially cold water like sardines, trout, and mackerel. Grass-fed meat in small quantities. Well, that's where I've been going kind of wrong. Cooked greens, kale, collards, dandelions, back to the meat. So I would eat like a big old steak and then I would feel kind of sickly like, well, but meat is okay. Why is it offsetting me? And so you may have those kind of questions too when you eat something or you eat too much of it. Why did I feel such and such afterwards? So take note of that, write yourself a little note, and you'll eventually find your map to what is best for you. Okay, so moving on. And I'm continuing with this because you may find, oh, that works with me, or that works with me. And so it's something you can write down and remember. Cooked greens like kale, collards, and dandelions, seaweeds like kelp, dulce equals field remineralization. Think about that. All right, so seaweed, kelp, and dulce isn't just good for your body and the iodine content and your thyroid, right? It's field remineralization. That's super important. Field remineralization. That's like doing an upgrade to your shield. That's like putting a Starlink to your antenna.
Well, minerals are exactly like crystals. They come from the earth, right?
Yeah.
So mineralization is like crystallization.
Isn't that cool? Blueberries, pomegranates, and blackberries equals signal balancers. Mineral-rich spring water, only no tap ever. Small portions of roots, burdock, lotus, parsnips. And I'm to avoid entirely wheat, corn, and dairy, and all three of those bother me, especially A1 casein and nightshades. Now, someone asked later on, what about raw milk? And that's a totally different ballgame. So raw milk may work for you. Raw milk has all the nutrition to help your bones be strong, to help you grow, to help rebuild your gut. And sometimes you only take a little bit to do exactly that. To avoid nightshades, seeds, oils, canola, sunflower, processed anything, field memory scrambles easily. So think about that. Processed anything, granola bars, cookies, what is that? What is that processed meat?
Oh, Beyond Meat?
No, that's not meat. Not Beyond Meat. No, oh, what's that name? They dry the meat. And then you buy it at like a 7-Eleven.
Beef jerky?
Yeah. That's processed, right? And the stuff that you buy is very processed. So field memory scrambles easily. Heavy starches, potatoes and white rice, I totally react to those. Excess caffeine overstimulates mirror signal phase. Eat slow and rhythmically. Resonance matters more than calories. Did you hear that? Eat slowly and rhythmically because resonance matters more than calories. Fast 13 to 16 hours every 24 to reset signal field. Add small spiraling movements, Tai Chi, fascia spirals, which I have no idea what that is, before meals.
Think about this. If you were to chew to the rhythm of your heart, that's sending the same frequency as heart frequency into your whole body, and especially when your teeth are hitting together during that frequency. It's like what they showed on the TikTok, where there was two people or a person that took two quartz crystals and slammed them together, and all you saw was sparks. Same thing with our teeth, crystals, right?
Yeah.
So if you do that with the rhythmic of the heart, what do you think would empower?
Wow.
What do you think would grow?
You know, that inspires a thought in me that, what's her name? We have some of her books. You can heal your body with the right thoughts and the right, um, dealing with the emotional issues and releasing them, right? So that is all signal, resonance. It's energetic. It's we are so much frequency and energetic beings. And healing, we're thinking we'll just take some herbs, but we didn't. I remember having a thought, what kind of energy comes from these herbs that is matching the energy field that we need, where there's a lack, right? So someone asked what we're talking about. Kind of this kind of thing, the blood type and the foods that go with it, but also our signal and our resonance, our we remember, not learn, all that kind of stuff is what we're talking about. So vocal hum or tone while eating, yes, really. O negative isn't about trends, it's about signal truth. You're not feeding a body, you're tuning a mirror. So here's where someone asked, what about raw milk for O blood type? Raw milk can work, he said, if it's A2, grass-fed and from biodynamic source, but only in small seasonal doses. Why? Because O negative types are ancestral movers, high stomach acid, fast cortisol spikes. Most dairy shows them down or fogs the signal, but raw milk, when clean, can temporarily rebuild gut lining, especially after stress collapse. Think of it like a shield recharge, not a daily fuel. Codex rule, use it for restoration, not routine. Signal first, always. And I stopped when I read that and just meditated on that for a minute, because I hadn't thought about that. Making sure signal comes first. Just like when kids said, I realize that food disrupts my signal when I have work to do with other people, whether it's at work or with the HVU family. Signal first. He's putting signal first when he decides no disruptors before my work.
And yet I had some chicken wings before I started this.
Is it disrupting you?
It was disrupting me.
Oh.
See.
Well, you forgot yourself.
How dare I? By the way, Maria's sister is home from the hospital. She was in the hospital for 3 weeks.
Wow, that's a long time. They keep you there for 3 weeks when it's bad. You were there for a while. A couple weeks each time you went in.
Or was it? Yeah, 3 weeks, right?
You're thinking 3 or 13. Yeah. Okay, so this is a comment from somebody. When you're sick, your body is communicating. Listen, purify signals, remove distortion, restore resonance, speak to every cell with love, light, and sound, activate memory. Thought is code the body reads.
Hi, Patricia. Hi, Ellen.
Think about that. Thought is code that your body is reading. Remind cells of wholeness, choose life. Every breath is a signal to live. Victoria, you and us have been talking about that. about thought is code as the body reads, remind cells of wholeness, choose life. Every breath is a signal to live. And by the way, you're doing beautifully.
Anthony, yeah, we have some raw cocoa chocolate, not powder, but chocolate from
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Mm-hmm. Where he buys this stuff,
The hape.
yeah. He also bought a disc of raw chocolate that is made there. So your breath equals signal, your thoughts are carrier wave, and your memory is resonance map. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Wait, what is that? Where's Candy reading this from?
Was it X?
Yeah, I find B on X.
Just B? Just the letter B?
Quantum something, but I don't remember.
Oh. Ah! I just had it and now it's gone. There we go. Let's see if we can. B. Quantum tumbler. So that's him on X, if you guys want to follow him. That's where she gets a lot of these types of information. It's crazy how much information that he's been sharing with a lot of stuff. Maria, Marcus Rothkrams. What type of food do they make? Let's see. Hi, Tez. Victoria, you're doing a great job. Twitter as an X? Yes, Twitter as an X. Twitter, X, Twitter. Same thing, right? So what I'm thinking is what's going to be happening in the next couple of days. Now, I don't remember where Candy was reading this from, but somebody was bringing up the information about Lord of the Rings, where Gandalf was fighting the Balrog, and he was fighting the Balrog for 20 days, 10 days, and then he died for 3 days and was resurrected on the last day, right? And he was resurrected on the 14th day, so 14 days. And then Trump came out with an information saying they have, what was it? They have 14 days to decide of what is going to happen with the World War III, right? There's 14 days there, 14 days with what was shared. And then what I'm thinking is that, yes, we are going to have a World War III, but it's not going to be a World War III that we have seen with the World War I and World War II. It's going to be an AI World War. It's going to be a World War kind of like Spider-Man The Homecoming, where they used all those drones to create a certain outcome. And yes, there will be a few casualties, but this is also where they're going to be taking out a lot of the, what do you call those people? All the people that have been building those bunkers.
Oh, yeah.
Those people.
The rich.
Mm-hmm. They're going to be taking those people out. They're going to build, come out, finally leave the game. And I believe this is coming to an end, an ending, because we need to have that scary event, right? And we thought that scary event was going to be those atomic bombs that they were all, thinking of using. But it wasn't that. It's most likely going to be this war. I showed them a picture of it already. Let me think. I am not sure when it's going to start. I just know that Trump said that they have 14 days to decide. After the 14th day, we will see what's going to happen.
Okay, so just look up quantum tumbler. That's B on X.
Where did you see that information about the 14 days and oh yeah, you couldn't find it again, could you?
Oh, about Lord of the Rings, or
Yeah.
I couldn't find it. I don't,
Because
if
it
I
wasn't
could,
B that was talking about it.
no.
It was somebody else.
I think there's someone who shares information a lot like B. He might even take from B without giving credit. I don't know. But it's, wait, oh, he went there. Okay. It might be that person that shared it because they share other things other than what B has too. But I've seen
The 14 days, I believe, started on the 30th?
see, we're seeing a lot of posts like this from Trump. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And he talked about Joe, Sleepy Joe, also
Mm-hmm.
being DEAD. Yeah, I don't know how to find it. What's
Here's the
this?
video. Dab it. Ceasefire deal, 14-day warning, World War III. It is a video of 5 days ago.
Wait,
This
Bah-
was posted 5 days ago.
hi Baja Girl. Wait a minute, you said Bo Pony has been right yet, but you meant hasn't been right yet, right?
May 29th. So 14 days from May 29th is when?
Well, that's 2, 30, 31, 2 days more in the month, plus 4, plus 12, the 12th.
That's a Thursday. That's 1 week. The 5th is 1 week. So the 12th, yeah. And that gives 2 more days to the 14th of what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, Baja Girl says everything is done. It's just optics. Remember what you were telling me about the AI war? It's just going to be optics. Yeah. It kind of like, I said, oh, like War of the Worlds. Remember when that was on the radio and people freaked because they thought it was real? It'll be a lot like that.
So preparing, we don't have to prepare because we already know it's just going to be AI. But we have to be prepared for the onslaught of people that are going to be freaking out about all this.
No, no,
This
go
is,
on.
this is just optics on TV to basically for that scary event that everyone's talking about. The scary event does have to happen for the reset to finally have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are people that are coming out saying we missed the golden age because we've already went through it.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a video you just sent me. That was pretty interesting.
It
Her
was
concept.
interesting. Should
And
I
did you
share
know
that?
that there's 4 parts to that?
Was there?
Yeah, you sent me number 3. I went over to her page. I'm like, ooh, there's 4 parts. I watched 3 3 and 4. I don't think I got to 1 and 2 yet.
Where is it?
Nope. It's underneath. Should be underneath that. This one, Wild Mother.
Okay. Yeah, let's share this, see what everybody else has to think of it.
I think that would be good too. Oh, and the 14th is Trump's birthday in the military parade. Ooh. Yes, no fear. Fear feeds the beast.
So another reason why that we have to do military tribunals for certain people is because they have no constitutional rights during a military tribunal, meaning that they can't plead the fifth.
Oh.
They can't plead anything. They have to answer the question.
So you know what else? I came across a post that talked about Diddy. It's not just about all the people that were hurt, but it's about exposing the 3-letter agencies because they were heavily involved.
Ryan, you don't have to be scared. Don't be scared. Everything is going to work out just fine.
Just think about when you go to a movie, you know, you're like in the movie seat. Yeah. And listen to your guides for sure.
Here's the truth.
So this is what I want to share with you guys. I'm going to mute us.
Truth that will shake the foundation of everything you think you know. The millennial reign has already happened, and the reason why it feels so distant is because you were taught to forget about it. We were taught to expect some glorious future event, the second coming, a utopian age where Christ returns, peace reigns, and the earth is restored. But what if that wasn't a future prophecy, but a memory? According to the book of Revelation, Christ returns, he defeats the beast, then comes 1,000-year reign of peace. That green line? Right there. No wars, no deception, just a divinely ordered world, guided by saints, sages, and spiritual authority. The scholars of preterism are assuming that that time happened in 70 AD. See this little tiny orange blip of a rectangle there? That would have been the life of Christ. The very end of that line, and where that black line goes straight up and down, would have been 70 AD, where they assume, based off of their studies, that that's when the millennial reign actually began. And this was just after the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, a moment that sparked the end of an age and the beginning of something very sacred. For nearly 1,000 years, the world was covered in peace and divine creativity. You can still see the evidence in the architecture. You know, the buildings they tried to mislabel, resonant cathedrals filled with harmonic codes, cities that honored balance, nature, and sacred symmetry. It wasn't primitive, it wasn't chaotic, it was the divine blueprint in motion. Heaven on earth. We're looking at these cultures here. We'll get into that. As we see here, just before Jesus' life began, we've got the Celtics, the Greeks, Mesoamericans, and the Norse. We've got this new sort of a new class, if you will. I find this a little fascinating. I gotta be honest. These were all earthbound traditions. And I want to point out here that this dark blue line, the Greeks, it didn't begin up here pre-flood. It was quite a whiles away from this time. So when people are talking about the Nephilim, and if you have this idea that the Nephilim were the gods of old, you're not necessarily wrong, but you just want to check this timeline here, because it wasn't a pre-flood Greek mythology. It was way after. So this will completely blow out of the water the idea that the Nephilim only existed pre-flood. No. In fact, there's a verse in the Bible that literally says that they were around before and after. So let's keep going. So something we need to keep in mind is that not all Nephilim were bad. or even what we're calling Nephilim were not even perhaps Nephilim. Some of them might have been angels. They might have even been the saints returning in the millennial reign, as we see these lines extend far beyond into it. And it was during this millennial reign that Christ did not rule alone. He ruled through the saints, those who carried divine frequency, and they walked in remembrance. They didn't wear crowns of gold. They tended to the earth. They sang the truth into stone. They created art, healed bodies, aligned ley lines, and kept the flame. But of course, this did not last forever, because scripture said that after the millennial reign, Satan would be loosed for a little season. What came next was the world that you and I were born into, right over here. If you've ever felt like your soul was born out of order, like you came from a better world, and can't quite explain why this one feels so wrong, it's because you did. You were born after the golden age, during the distortion, during the lie. And that's exactly what we'll dive into in part 4, the rise of the lie. If this stirs something ancient in you, if you feel like you've lived through this once before, you're not remembering fantasy, you're remembering truth because you were there. Follow for part 4. I love you.
So I just shared her TikTok of that video in the chat where you guys can go and watch her on TikTok and follow her. She is truly amazing. She has some great information. She has over 120,000 followers.
Hey, Sparky.
Hi, Sparky.
So, right, just to remind you all, we love to get together with you guys. If you need a session, we don't charge. However, if you find the session valuable, we appreciate any type of love tips that you want to send our way. And now that Kidd is working, we'll have to schedule on his days off or when he is home. But that is just a very small detail. And you can ask us questions. You can find out what the stars have to say for you. Get a card reading. Card reading is guidance reading. You guys know how powerful those are. And then there's the healing factor, which I do, and the light language. What is that? The gears.
The cogs.
Yeah, I mean, they showed me how to fine tune the cogs within a person's body. One woman I was doing it on, her vision got clearer, just like that. I was floored. I'm like, wow, really? So who knows what that does or what it will do for you.
Well, you also did it on somebody else that one of our friends referred to, and her pain basically went away.
I don't remember that. Was that recent?
Yeah, that was just recent.
Oh, her. Yeah. That was pretty incredible, right? She just started sobbing because she hadn't had relief from pain for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
There was a big change happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can do it virtually.
Uh-huh. Yeah, of course. I'll post the link to get to our calendar.
City of Trees is already following her.
What's that?
Boots, he's already following her. Mother. The video we just shared.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, okay. Got it. Sorry.
And yes, we are remembering. It's going to be amazing with how much information is going to be bestowed upon us when the last film of Firmament is destroyed. That's going to be fun. And didn't we talk about the Golden Dome earlier or last week about how they're building that Golden Dome to protect us from the beings?
Oh,
from
yeah,
the
yeah,
beings
yeah,
that are
yeah.
outside, and then you had confirmation from someone else saying the same thing. That it blocks beings from coming in.
Absolutely. Yes, it does.
It keeps this place a safe space for all of us.
Oh, right? Is that?
My mom did my cards. I do a bit of king and other stuff. Can't put into words. It is amazing what gifts that we can do. As long as you have that belief system of knowing that you can do it and that you are doing it. It's really amazing.
Getting our link to our calendar. Give me a sec, guys.
And Diane says, yep, this is the final battle and freedom or a restart. I do believe that this is going to be the final restart. Well, this is going to be an amazing time for when we finally get our true abilities reawakened and opened. It's going to be awesome. So Diane asks, Prep, what do you think is necessary?
Got invited. Are you asking me to be a part of the answer? Oh, you're seeking stars.
I wouldn't say that we need to be prepped for any of this. The only thing would be mentally and spiritually prepped for what is going to happen with the people that we are around. There is no need to prep ourselves physically with water, food, all that type of stuff. That is something that will be told to us when we need it. But right now, I do not feel the necessity in the spiritual realm. The stars have not given us the necessity of needing to stock up on anything. So I believe that we're good with that. There will be shortages in stores, yes, because during this process, people will, what do you call that? Do what they did with the COVID, do what they did with, what was the other thing? Where I know that the COVID, there was no paper towels, no toilet paper, no soaps, no nothing, because everybody was buying it all, right? I don't think that we need to stock up on anything, really. Just necessities, regular necessities.
Oh, I haven't posted on WhatsApp in quite a while, Maria. Probably why you haven't gotten anything. You need to post something
Right?
to get something.
I gotta post something to get something.
Oh, I love you too, Victoria.
We love you.
Did you guys do a thumbs up and share? Because YouTube has made it abundantly clear I'm not sharing HVU's links. No,
Jenny
no
says,
notifications.
hi guys, I just tuned in. Always late to the table. Send you both much love.
Oh,
Hi Jenny.
Jenny, you may be late to the table, but we still got plenty of food. Help yourself. Rang a healing bell with my sister. That's beautiful, Patricia. Hi, Ellen. Wow, it's so great to see all you guys.
Freaked out and buy all the toilet paper.
Oh my goodness.
We
So
totally should.
some people were coming out of the store and they had I guess it was Costco, and they had the two great big things of toilet paper, and I almost saed, oh, are we at that again? But I didn't say anything.
Brian says it says that we do not have any appointments available for the rest of the year.
What? Okay, let me look.
We'll have to look into that.
For the rest of the year.
That's weird, right? So, as a disclaimer, we are not doctors, we're not lawyers, we're not financial advisors. We are entertainers. We are here to bring information of our own personal experiences. So, if you have any questions regarding any finances or doctor's advice, go to your professionals. We are here to bring just laughter and fun. Hmm. My mind is going blank at the moment. Shouldn't have had those chicken wings.
We're doing fine, babe. It's just right now we're waiting on what's next to share. So the tune is there. The signal's there.
What else did we want to talk about? I know that we wanted to talk more about the JFK Jr., right? Because you and I were talking about that just the other day on how, yes, he is Justin Trudeau and how he is brother and sister with Diane, which is really funny. People are like, they're sleeping together. But you were saying that he likes to be the master of masks, right?
Yes.
Where he likes to just, well, he poses as Trump a few times, right? Is what the star said.
Yeah.
How to tell when it's JFK is when he's super funny. That's how you could tell that is JFK playing Trump. When he has that really big sense of humor. And he's picking on people. He loves to pick on people. The AI war is not just for entertainment. The AI war is to awaken people, and it's also to bring that scary event that is needed for, like what Baha says, the RV to finally go. For certain things to finally be, what do you call that? Implemented. In the black today, but bullshit orange, maybe t-shirt Tomos. With new jeans, trust, don't ask for health advice, and just stay out of hospitals. Baha says, I heard that as you said, the RV isn't going as like we thought. I heard that we won't go to any banks or redemption centers. We will just have money in our banks. Seems really weird. So, it is going to be weird at first, but yes, it is going to be different than what everybody has said. Be very conscientious upon the information that you gain from others, because you never know. What do you call that? What is that word?
While you think about that, Ryan, are you here in America's time zone? That might be the issue. But I changed things so you could get it on the calendar. Make sure you leave a way for me to contact you, like Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. If you're a phone number, if you're let's see, phone number if you're in the United States, and email or something that you will get and be able to respond to if you're outside the United States.
I don't remember what I was talking. I don't remember what that was.
Well, before you were went into think mode. What were you talking about?
I don't remember. Everything just went blank.
Wasn't this fun?
I should not have eaten those chicken wings. And no, they were not covered in seed oil.
No oil at all. Just chicken and sea salt.
Baja says, oh, I forgot about the different Trumps. Now my reality is shot, JFK Jr. Never hit my system. Well, every Trump has a different tie, and every tie has a different meaning, right? But they're using that as, what do you call that? Different, how to tell the difference between the different Trumps of what they're using. Either a clone, a body double, or somebody playing him. Quick question: do the stars show you if JR will show us all who he has played and for how long?
That's a really good question.
That is a really good question. Will he? I don't think that he'll come out and say it himself, but what I do believe is that there will be documentaries released with who played who and what roles that they played. All these there are people that are writing stories. There are people that are following these amazing people around, and they're writing stories behind the scenes. On paper, not in AI. Kind of like what Jason Q does with getting paper receipts, not just what do you call that? Digital.
Georgia.
They're not leaving
Okay.
any type of digital footprints.
So Ryan, try the link again if you would, please. I changed the hours on it. See if that is helpful. Some chicken and the star said you're done, kid. Boots. You're so funny. There's a poster going around. Did I miss something, Lee? We have seen many characters already. Mm-hmm.
But the stars did say that the two main players, are going to be revealing themselves soon.
Mm-hmm. They did.
And they did say that that the two players are siblings.
So what if, I mean, you did not even give it a second thought about, oh, I should not eat this chicken. What if that chicken was important for this session, so only the information that they want to come out will come out? So you get those lulls, right? And all of a sudden, you're not used to them, and you're thinking, oh, I did something wrong. I ate chicken. No, you didn't. Those lulls are supposed to be there so they can tell you what they need to hear. Because otherwise, think about it. This information floods in you. Like, not all of us are used to having information flood in us like that. Right? It comes in pieces and parts.
Kind of like last week.
But you're like, right? So, no, it's time to stop thinking about what you did wrong. You did nothing wrong. If you think back on it, you did exactly how you were led to do so that they could use you proper.
That makes sense.
They want a specific type of show today for the specific needs that are here. Yeah, good.
But what else to talk about?
Wait. You're in the lull. Just wait. The stars will come through. They always do. And someone will ask a question. And the stars will go, oh, yeah, there it is. The lull's done now for a moment. Bob Girl says, much love to you both. You're so much fun. Well, thank you.
Wait, what happened?
Oh, Five Anthony says, Kid, you are a very special dude. I think so too. Who's Tex?
Tez.
Oh. Why? What did Tez say? Oh.
Mm.
I can you see what Tez said? I can see what he said. Someone probably hit it. Just sounds gobbly goop or something. I have no idea.
I don't know what that is.
Yep.
It's still up here. I see it right here.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're right, Tony. He sure has. Thank you, Victoria. Appreciate the thumbs up and the share, honey.
You know what's weird is that I didn't get any type of other videos to share this week. It's like everything, my whole algorithm is completely messed up.
Why do you keep going there? Well, you worked hard this week. And you had some, oh my goodness, he has had some very, very tough customers. One person came in and said, you laugh too much.
I
You're
shared that last week.
Your laughing made me forget what I was supposed to do here. I mean, it's just really rude. Why would you talk to someone like that? Someone who's an employee. My goodness. And that's just one out of many. So you've had some things to deal with this week too. But still zero. You know what, Lee? I have to totally close out YouTube to get an update on how many likes and followers. Close it out and reopen it.
You know, I'm allowing too many negative thoughts to come in.
What do you do about that? Are you shushing them?
I am now. I
That's my man. I love you so much.
love him too.
So maybe someone isn't crazy when they're talking to themselves and saying, I told you to shut the fuck up.
What? You are when you're talking to a fire hydrant. That was me a long time ago. Oh.
Phil says, has anyone been forgetting people's names that they use every day and what they were just doing? Absolutely. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Does that happen to you? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it actually has been happening a lot this week for me.
Also a flooding of memories. Like, it was so strong, like it happened yesterday. I was in the bathroom at Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, and I could see the people that were talking, the women that were talking and moving around me and what they were doing. Memories like this are flooding in. I haven't had that like that in a long time.
Laughter bothers demons. Laugh louder. Well, we were talking about laughter last week and how it
Oh, what B said about it.
mhm.
Yeah.
So laughter is a lot like the healing gong thingy.
Powerful.
Or a tree like me.
Phil said he had a message block as well. Because they were posting crap that kept distracting me. It was just crap. Didn't make any sense at all.
Hmm.
They were here to just disrupt.
Black clothing blocks negative energy. That's why judges, administrators wear black.
Huh.
Well, I'm wearing black.
So my butt's safe. I'm wearing black pants.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what else? Ray says some people can see more on the light spectrum, so they can see beings that many people can't see, so they are talking to something. Mm-hmm. Wait, what, Phil? Who are you responding to?
I'm not getting any information because right now information is not needed. It's next week's live that's going to have more information.
Do you get Wednesday off next week? Okay.
Next week is what day? The 11th. That is the day before the 14 days is up.
So what's supposed to be happening in 14 days? Do you know? Or do you just, there's a countdown?
From Trump, what Trump said on the 23rd, the 29th, I'm sorry. It said from the 29th they have 14 days till World War III.
Oh.
Or not until World War III, but until they give him an answer of. You're asking me a question. This thing. Ceasefire deal, 14-day warning, World War III.
Okay. So they have 14 days to figure out their ceasefire deal.
From May 29th till the 12th.
Interesting.
That's 14 days is on the 12th.
Mm-hmm. Ryan, did you try that link again for the calendar? Do you need me to repost it?
And Donald Trump's birthday is on the 14th. Wait, the volcano where again? Where was
Italy.
That? Was it Italy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the video I saw, it looked like, yeah, I'll post the link again.
It looked more than just, an eruption. It looked like an explosion. This one, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw the eruption of that volcano, it looked more like they set off dynamite. That's what it looked like to me. Let me post this. That was not an eruption. That was an explosion. That does not look natural to me. It did not look normal. It looked more like an explosion, like they were trying to get rid of something. I know that the tunnels, remember when they said that they're gonna flood the tunnels? They never said it would be water. They just said that they're going to flood the tunnels. Remember what the star said, what they flooded it with? Nanobots. Now they're trying to destroy certain evidence, hence why that explosion, it's not natural. That is not an eruption.
That doesn't look like an eruption, no.
That's an explosion.
Interesting. They want people to think it was just a natural eruption.
Mm-hmm. That's not natural.
So, is it kind of weird or off to think that Trump is warning us, not warning, but notifying us that there's 2 weeks, right? For them to make a decision about the ceasefire, right? So remember all the other times that the people were making posts that this is going to happen and prepare and to get ready for lockdowns. If Trump is letting us know that this is happening, and there were other posts too that he was letting us know that things were going to happen. Won't he let us know when it's time to do something?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so too. So if that hasn't come out, then we need to just trust and watch and be the observer of the plan of what's happening.
Everything that everybody else is saying is hearsay. It's just he said, she said stuff. It has not come to fruition. Q hasn't said anything. Trump hasn't said anything. The government hasn't said anything to get ready. No one's saying anything to get ready. What do they do before a tornado hits? They send out a warning. What do they do before a hurricane hits? They send out a warning. They always send out a warning before something is going to happen. That's why we don't just listen to what just anybody has to say, but listen and watch what the actions of the government and everybody is doing at this moment. That's when you discern or make a choice upon what you need to do for yourself.
So, all right. So, when we're thinking about how we feel about what's happening, and if we're feeling fear, then we are doing more than observing, right? So, for instance, let's say your your next door neighbor's house is on fire, and you feel what they're feeling, and instead of going and helping them, you just collapse in your front lawn crying and screaming out of fear. Well, that's not gonna help anybody, is it? Not yourself and not them. And so being in the observer mode means that you come out, you observe that there's a fire, you go over and you see if it's safe to go in to help get anything out, right? Call 911. Get the fire trucks over to help put out the fire. There's actions that you can take that will help someone else. But if you are just in fear, then it's useless. So examine how you're feeling. Ryan, you mentioned, I'm so fearful. You're the one collapsing in the front yard while your neighbor's house is on fire and who knows who's in there, because you're not in the observer mode. Fear is a program that is coming up and overriding any other logic that you have, any other ability that you have. So, kid, how do you neutralize? How do you get into the neutral state when you're in fear so that you can move to the observation state?
Shut down emotion. Because when you have if you mix emotion and feelings together, that creates fear. That creates the momentum of fear, anger, jealousy, rage, whatever emotion that you're using. Even in positivity, you have to let go of positivity and let go of negativity, because those are two sides of a scale. You have to observe, not absorb, like what Shelby said. You have to observe, not absorb. You watch, you do not attach. You listen, you do not speak. You take part of without using your emotions.
So maybe
It's like this, right?
that feels nice.
But then you're like, yeah.
What the hell was that? You did that right. I would say
You
try
see
it
how
again.
I'm using emotion? How I'm making you laugh?
Yeah.
How I'm creating a certain space that is using your emotions and feelings at the same time.
Yeah.
Creating a reaction.
I love that.
So instead of creating a reaction, you are taking part with going, it's all good. It's okay. You're doing good.
Oh, I like that. That feels nice.
See the difference. There's a big difference. Bro, what?
Okay, so maybe you can relate to this. You're having an argument with your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your kids, right? And you are pissed off. Well, then the phone rings and caller ID says it's your boss or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or someone important, someone you don't want to know what's going on in your house. And you're like, rah, rah, rah. You pick up the phone, you go, hello, right? That means you can control emotion. So it's as simple as that. Making that shift.
Yeah.
I know, right? That was funny as hell. Wait, what? Oh, good point, Ray. And that brings something else to mind. So let me read what he says first. The fear is also called fright or flight. You either react and help you, or you run away and you freeze in place. Very good. So ashwagandha is really helpful in balancing the body because you've got two little organs called the adrenal glands, and they sit somewhere over here. And these adrenal glands, when you're in constant fear or you are high sports or you are a surgeon, always on call, always, emergency state, emergency room, always active, police, anything high tension activity can deplete those adrenal glands. I think I already said lots of fear, but also being sick can deplete those adrenal glands. Ashwagandha feeds, and this is nice, to your adrenal glands, and it brings them back into balance. It helps to nourish them. So that's something that you can do. Also, magnesium. If fear or anger or any type of that anxiety type of response, magnesium is super, super helpful. And there is a magnesium. Let me go get it. Oh, that is really good.
Anything that can create a reaction is a form of using your emotions and feelings at the same time. That's why I did what I did, because I created a situation which then created a reaction in someone else along with yourself. So when you're able to do an action without creating a reaction, you are now in the neutral standpoint, the neutral space of being able to make an action without creating a reaction. I just didn't know what to do, so I just did that. Oh, I don't know if that was from an anime. The hiya.
You're not going to live that one down.
That was, I believe, from a TikTok or someone that actually does that.
Okay, let's see.
What are you looking for? Should I show these?
Yeah, because B goes over magnesium too. So
Which one do you want me to show first?
both. And This one, if you sign up for Swanson text messages, you get discounts. I get 15 to 40% off. And so this with 300, 400 per capsule ends up being like $10. And the triple means that what's in it is oxide, citrate, and aspartate. Okay, and then show that one. And I get this one off of Amazon. Okay, let me talk about that one.
I can't really.
Yeah, it doesn't want to. Maybe move your hand. Hold it by the bottom.
No, that's not gonna.
Careful, I put oil on that. That's okay. They got it, Kappa. All
Kappa.
right. So this has magnesium L-threonate plus bisglycinate and oxide, D-magnesium malate. I don't know if I read it right. Okay, so B went over the magnesium, and he also said that it's important to drink water with magnesium because magnesium is the key that opens up the cells to bring water in, and if you're drinking it with soda or a Monster, it's going to pull those chemicals into your cells.
Oh, they got douchebags.
Dude. Think of magnesium as the signal, but structured water is the antenna. Okay, so someone asked, so where the fuck do I get vortex remineralized spring water from? And he goes, you build it. Start with spring or RO filtered water. Add Baja Gold salt, not Celtic heavy metal lawsuits incoming. Optional magnesium bicarbonate trace mineral drops. Vortex it manually, swirl in a glass stir stick or use a magnetic stir or implosion funnel. Let it sit in sunlight for 15 minutes if possible. And you just made living water. Your cells will notice. So now that I found that, let me find. I think he goes over what magnesium, which magnesiums are for what. No, maybe not. Is your dad home?
Yeah. DB? What's DB, Jimmy?
No, maybe he doesn't. Here it is. Okay. For food sources, for magnesium, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cooked spinach, cocoa, avocado, and wild salmon. Those are real bioavailable fuel. Best supplement forms are glycinate for nervous system, malate for cell energy, threonate for brain and memory, and citrate for digestion, constipation support.
But the magnesium also opens up the cells so the cells can regenerate with water, right?
Yeah.
Or soak in more water than normal?
Yes. Do you want me to read that part?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely want to use living water if you got it. And I read how to make that.
Ray says, in any situation, we use emotional content, not fear or anger. It is a finger pointing the way to the moon. Don't look at the finger or you will miss
That heavenly glory. That's good, Ray. Baja Girl, that's amazing. She has magnesium brand. She says I also have the ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is amazing. I take it all the time. So if I can't sleep, I'll take ashwagandha and vitamin D3 with K2 and magnesium.
Don't forget what you taught me with the white willow bark and milk.
Oh, yeah. So I was talking to my girlfriend, and she said, yeah, so take, I forgot what she called it. I don't know. She said aspirin or Tylenol with milk, and it'll put you right out. And if I can avoid those, I will. So I wondered if it would help with
White willow bark.
white willow bark, which is what they used to make aspirin out of. And now it's a lot of chemicals. So I tried it with white willow bark, and you did too, right? Just a glass of raw milk from the fridge. And it not only put me out, I slept deep. What about you?
I slept pretty deep.
That was amazing, right? There was one time it didn't help. So there was something else going on that I needed to address. And I have no idea if I addressed it. I certainly laid there and wondered if I could. Tony, I know magnesium flakes on your body is great. I just don't care for the feel at all, how it makes my skin feel. So I will do the flakes in my bath water. No, Maria. Tell us what Brian Johnson says about that. I don't know if it's a lot to type, but maybe a synopsis.
Baja says, I have a friend in Florence, Arizona who has 40 acres and his water supply is the purest water I have ever seen. It was tested and there was not anything traceable except a bit of salt, even from all the chemtrails and all that type of stuff.
Well, it must be underground.
Hmm.
And has a really good filtration system, earthly filtration system. That's amazing. If we all could have that. 40 acres. Wow. And Arizona has a lot of rock. Remember that.
That is true.
Yeah. A lot of rock and a lot of sand. That's good filtering right there.
Just throw some activated charcoal.
Seriously, I've been drinking raw milk for a little bit now, and then we also had picked up some regular half and half or something, and so I did a little test. I drank some raw milk and then waited a few minutes, drank some water in between, and then I drank the half and half, which was what do they call that when it's pasteurized? And there was nothing to it. There was no energy. It was completely dead.
Oh, from the Kylie Jenner bottle?
What? What's a Kylie Jenner bottle?
Kylie, right? Kylie Jenner. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, not Kylie. What did they call her?
no, I don't know.
Something Jenner.
No idea.
Kaylee.
Maylee? Did you mean Maylee or Kaylee?
No, the half and half. Remember?
Oh my gosh. That was so funny. Wait, I don't get it.
The dude.
The dude.
That's a dude.
Tony, I use castor oil all the time. It's beautiful. On my lips, on my eyelids, sore parts of my body. Lately, my spine, because my lower back has been hurting. Diane wants to know where in Arizona. In Baja. That's for you. That question's for you. Maria says, "Who's drinking a Jenner?" Not me. But yeah, I could tell the life difference between raw milk and pasteurized.
Our body really likes the raw milk.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't. It sits very well with my system. The other milks don't. I think that's probably what hurt my body when I made the those puddings.
Well, not to mention, even though the puddings were keto and you tried to get as healthy as you could, there's chemicals in them. Because it's what did B call it? Called it processed, yes. Homemade is so much better. And if you can make homemade pudding with blue agave,
And arrowroot.
yeah, instead of the packaged stuff, and you could find a recipe where you put all the powders together, and we have powdered agave too.
Mm.
And then you could just take out the powder and add your milk, right? That'd be cool.
Yeah, sleep is the most important part of life for now until we get our awakened bodies, and then we won't need sleep. Sleep is just what do you call that? It's like time is just a construct.
Well, this
which reminds me of that one kid. Go ahead.
this construct I'm in right now, sleep is really important.
So I was watching a TikTok of this little kid. He is I don't know what type of syndrome he has. I think it might be Down syndrome. But he is very tuned in with the spiritual realm, and his psychic medium mother was asking him questions, and he said something about the world will end when it stops spinning, when something stops spinning. And the mom asked, "So what stops spinning?" He goes, I can't say, I'm not going to say. But the stars revealed when time stops spinning. It's time. Time is a 3D construct. Once that last firmament breaks, time will not be relevant anymore. Time is just what keeps us stuck in this loop cycle, because the time is not supposed to be outside, but we have already the time within, which means if you have a question of like, when do I meet you? When are we going to meet? We are already going to know the time, the place that we will meet with friends, family, and all that type of stuff. So time is just a construct used to keep us stuck. And the Mayans had to use a workaround, which is why they used the calendar to keep track of that time. And once the calendar was done being created, that's when they left.
uh, powdered goat's milk is amazing. And get the one by Nutri. Let me hang on a sec. Let me find it.
Nutri?
No, that's just part of it.
Nutri. Well, it's time for us to go.
Okay. Give me a sec. Here it is.
Nutri.
Oh, not Nutri. Micro ingredients. So it looks like this. There we go. Micro ingredients. That is raw. GMO free, grass fed, gluten free, and if you look it up, it also says raw.
We use it for our dogs every now and then too, right?
Yeah, we haven't in a while because we give them raw milk. I've noticed a big difference in the dogs after giving them raw milk, and it doesn't upset their stomach or the digestive system.
That's true.
Right? Thanks, Phil. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. Jimmy Jib says, don't go away, Matt. Just go away. Thank you all for showing up and keeping us company for the show. We enjoyed all your wisdom and input and questions.
Especially during quiet time and then the hiya.
Right? I don't know. Oh, what possessed you to bring that one out? I think you were supposed to do something different, right?
That just came out. Oh.
You know what? I had that last week when I was like, that's a dude. Oh my God. We are a source of entertainment, at least for each other.
Seriously. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. We love you and have a wonderful week. We will see you guys next week, and we're going to see what's going to happen in the next couple of days. Yeah, especially since it's going to be what, the 11th that day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
All right, you guys. We love you.
Oh, look
We'll
it.
see you guys.
New appointment.
Yeah, I saw that. Shelby. Shelly.
Shelly. Is that Ryan?
I don't know. This is Shelly.
Shelly, is that you, Ryan? Add it to our add it to our calendar, and then we'll get with Shelly, when your day is off. Are you off that day?
I don't know. I have to look.
Okay.
I feel like it's a sleepover.
I know, right?